Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV in 2021, and we are starting the year early with our first interview with Victoria Gold, and John McConnell will be our, John McConnell, the CEO, will be our guest here now today. But before, let me tell you, Happy New Year, all the best to all of you, lots of, luck, success, and of course, a lot of health. And John, very warm welcome and good morning to Canada. How are you?
Good morning and Happy New Year to you and all your listeners.
Thank you very much also to you, of course, and to the family. Hope you had a good start. I mean, with gold and silver, really starting extremely well the last days, that was fantastic. And we just saw, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours ago, you reported your production results for the fourth quarter last year and also for the second half of the year. So maybe you can comment a bit on that, because it was for the half year, it was better than the guidance.
Yeah, we had a great second half. Well, a great fourth quarter. We did stumble a bit in the third quarter. We have some mechanical problems with the plant, but we've rectified those now, and the machine is humming along nicely. And so I would expect good performance in 2021.
Okay, super. So not only for the first quarter, for the whole year, I could imagine. That's great. Super. That means that you have solved all the problems you had. As you said, it were some machine problems, mechanical problems. That's also important. And I mean, you have achieved on 1st July last year your commercial production. I mean, we are in the mining business. Nothing goes the way how you wanted in the first months, I would call it. But even better that you made it now like this. And my question would be also now, with as you are leaching, of course, and you have stacked a lot of ore, is the leaching, let's say, is there a problem with the winter or with cold weather, or does that work also the same way like in the summer?
Yeah, the actual leaching works the same. We are more careful in the winter. During the coldest months, and we've curtailed stacking now for probably the next couple months during the coldest weather. What you really don't want to do is freeze a layer in the pad. So, ongoing leaching is not an issue at all, because you're circulating the fluid through the leach pad. But if you were to put more material on the pad, its temperature is say -30, then you add fluid to that, there's a chance you could freeze it. So we'll be very careful over the next couple months, but we will continue to mine and primary crush, as well as leach and produce gold during this time. We just won't continue stacking on the leach pad.
Okay, super. I saw also something interesting in your press release, and that was the strip ratio was 1.4 for the last quarter, for Q4, and in Q3 you had 2.1. Why is there such a large difference?
It's just the mining sequence. That was always the plan. Eventually we'll get, the life of mine strip ratio is less than 1-to-1. So we're getting ahead of the waste stripping now, and that'll bode well for the future mining and costs.
Okay, super. So what could we imagine for 2021? I know it's a forward-looking statement, and also I don't want to have you to give out a guidance in that sense, but I think you have now a full year ahead of you with, let's say, full commercial production. Do you think it is possible to, let's say, go very near to your full capacity, which I think is around 210,000 ounces a year? And also maybe can you tell us a bit about, let's say, your thoughts on the AISC? I know this is not like that you are now really defined on that, but just to give our viewers an idea.
Yeah, I have to be careful. We haven't provided guidance yet, but I can have people look at our technical report from a year ago, And, we're getting more and more confident that we'll start meeting those numbers moving forward, both in terms of the production of gold and the all-in sustaining cost. One area I would caution people, and I think, miners around the world are seeing this, is COVID has added to costs. We've seen it. Hopefully we're putting COVID behind us over the next 6 months, and it won't, the impacts will be less, but it's still the biggest risk to our business right now, and has certainly added to our costs, and I'm sure every mining operation around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're talking already about costs, you also did a great debt refinancing, which is saving you a lot of costs. Can you please elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, the original project financing was, the debt was with Orion. There was 3 parts to it. There was a senior facility, a secondary facility, and then the CAT equipment lease. We've refinanced the senior facility and the secondary facility, and gone with 3 commercial banks as opposed to PE funds. So the interest rates have dropped from roughly 7% to roughly 3.5%.
Oh, that's half.
Which, it doesn't sound like a huge number, but it actually saves us about $10 million in 2021. So significant impact.
Absolutely. And that was $200 million you refinanced, right?
Yeah, it's made up of a debt facility and a revolver, and we'll only draw the revolver as required. So I think roughly right now we've drawn about 175, and I don't see us increasing that. We finished off the year with roughly 50 million in the bank, so we're in very good shape.
Fantastic. And I saw also that you have the right to pay a dividend through the that's wrong. Not through the credit lines, but you are allowed to do so, which I think was not the case before. So that's quite interesting to me.
Yeah, we always needed the lender's approval to pay dividends. Now we don't need that, and I think our focus in at least the first half of 2021 is going to be on reducing the debt, but certainly in the second half of 2021, we'll look at putting in place some sort of dividend.
Okay, wow, super. I like to hear that as a shareholder, to be honest.
Well, it's a little self-serving on my part too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's right, absolutely. So let's come to the future, because I saw also you just brought out in December some great exploration. Again, I would say some great exploration results from Lynx, but also Raven. And I think you had at Lynx, you had almost half a gram of gold at over 153 meters. That's really phenomenal.
Yeah, no, these are 2 targets out to the east. First time we've really focused on them. And there was a previous operator did some exploration at Lynx in the past. We actually are now applying our geological models from having spent 10 years exploring in the region, and we think they were exploring it the wrong way, and in some cases the holes were drilled in the wrong direction. But our real focus is on Raven. It's part of it's a new discovery by our team on the southeast corner of another large granodiorite intrusive called Nugget. That intrusive has very similar geological characteristics to the intrusive that hosts Eagles. So, it's still early days, but, multi-gram intercepts out there. We're now traced at over 750 meters, and we've only drilled it to roughly 180 meters below surface. And all holes were terminated in mineralization. So it's truly wide open along strike and at depth.
Super. So that might be the second mine.
Well, fingers crossed.
Absolutely, that would be great. Super. So, to the end of our interview, what would you say is the highest priority for this year, aside, let's say, of debt repayment and aside of really to bring up the production to full capacity?
Yeah, I think, you've nailed it there. Our number one priority is getting Eagle up and running and fully optimized. And then we will always continue to do some exploration. The other nice thing is we don't have to go out and raise money to do any exploration. We're self-funded out of cash flow from Eagle. So, that's always been a struggle over the past 10 years is we've had great ideas and great opportunities, but the capital markets haven't given us the ability to do the exploration we wanted. Whereas now we can focus on that. So, we'll have a very large exploration budget and program in 2021 and hopefully get into the field early in April.
Fantastic, great. So that will be that would mean that we will see a lot of news flow from you guys. And when do we see, let's say, aside the production numbers, the year 2020 numbers? Do you have already guidance for that? When they will come out?
Guidance for 2021?
No, for 2020 for the full year numbers.
That was in the press release this morning.
Okay, well, I didn't see that. Sorry for that. But okay, super, great. So it will be quite soon then. That's great. All right, well, that looks all fantastic, I would say, John. And you guys are doing the right thing. And I think Q4 was not only fantastic, but it proved that, you fixed the problems and you are on the full path to full production.
Yes, well, as you said, it is mining. So, we'll always have a few issues and it's all, equipment. And even my neighbor has a brand new Mercedes and it spends more time in the shop than it does in his driveway. So, I fully expect, we've cured 90% of the problems, but we'll continue to have mechanical issues as we go forward.
Okay, super. Our viewers from Stuttgart wouldn't like to hear that about the Mercedes. Anyhow, okay, super. Thank you very much, John. I wish you all the best. Please also kind regards to the family. And I would say keep it going. And I have a good feeling that we talk very, very soon.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jochen.
Super. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was John McConnell, the CEO of Victoria Gold, and you heard it. The problems are fixed almost 100%, and the company has $50 million in cash. They have refinanced their debt situation, drawn approximately $175 million only now in the two senior and subordinated notes. And it looks really fantastic. The Q4 production was way over the guidance, and we like to see that because it looks like that everything goes now how planned, and we really hope for this year, of course, that they will reach almost full production capacity, and we like to hear that dividends will be paid soon. So I would suggest you check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and again, Happy New Year, and bye-bye from Switzerland.